is a little different, even by OHT standards, in the sense that every single actor is going to be wearing a leather Commedia dell'arte mask. Now I know what you're thinking. What is Commedia dell'arte? Well, during the Renaissance in the 16th century of Italy, a form of masked theater from folk and classical roots appeared. The theater of professional artists. That's what Commedia dell'arte means. The hallmark of this new theater was the use of masks, the presence of women performers in troupes, which was very different, and the actor's ability to improvise dialogue and business within a confined set scenario. They also had the freedom to improvise within the stock characters that were used in a lot of different stories, such as Pantalone, Arlecchino, and Capitano. These great masks have very specific characteristics, and their behavior is very easily found within the confines of these masks. So everyone's not only going to be speaking Shakespeare, but wearing a mask on their face. Simple, right? Yeah. So without further ado, I'm so thankful you're all here for the Comedy of Errors.
To procure my fall, and with the doom of death and woes and all.
Merchant of Syracusia, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to our merchants, our well-dealing countrymen who, needing guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the mortal and intestine jars betwixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synods been decreed both by Syracusians and ourselves to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay, more, if any born of Ephesus be seen at Syracusian marts or fairs, again, if any Syracusian born come to the bay of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate, to the duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and ransom him. Thy substance, valued at its highest rate, cannot amount to 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die!
Yet this my comfort, when your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, say in brief the cause, why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not be imposed than I to speak my soul. Yet that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offense, I'll utter vent my sorrows, give me leave. In Syracuse was I born and wed unto a woman who was happy but for me, and by me. Had not our hap been bad, with her I lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamnum, till my factor's death, and the great care of goods at random left drew me from the kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence had been but 6 months old, before herself almost had fainting under the pleasing punishment had made provisions of her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. Oh. There had she not been long, but she became a two goodly sons. And which was strange, the one so like the other is not be distinguished but by name. That very hour, and in the self-same inn, a mean woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins. Woo! Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my boys. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such sons, made daily motions for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidamnum had we sailed, before the always wind-obeying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death. Which, though myself would gladly have embraced, yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping before for what she saw must come, and piteous plainings of the pretty babes, who mourned for fashion, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. And so it was, for other means was none. The sailors sought for safety by our boat and left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter-born, fastened him onto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him, one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end of the mast, and floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried towards Corinth, as we thought. At length, the sun, gazing down upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us, and by his wished light, the seas waxed calm. Oh, and we saw 2 ships from afar, making amain to us of Corinth that, of Epidaurus this. Woo! But ere they came, no, let me say no more, gather the sequel by that went before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, had the gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For ere the ship could beat by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which so that it missed unjust divorce of us, not it left to both of us alike what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part At length, another ship had seized on us, and knowing who it was in their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishes of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail. Therefore, homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you had me severed from my bliss, and my life prolonged to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of those thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full what have befallen of them, and thee till now.
My youngest son, yet eldest of care, at 18 became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, well, so his case was like reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him, who whilst I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. Oh, my boy! 5 summers have I spent in furthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, until, coasting homeward, came to Ephesus, hopeless to find it, loath to leave unsought, or there to any other place that harbors men. But here must end the story of my life. And happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they lived.
Hapless Aegeon, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now, trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes, should they may not disannul, my soul should sue as advocate for thee. But thou art adjudged to death, and passance may not be recalled, but to our honor's great disparagement. Yet will I favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus. Beg or borrow to make up the sum and live. If not, thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hapless and helpless doth Aegeon wend, but to procrastinate my lifeless end.
Therefore give out you are a debidomnum, lest that your goods too soon be confiscate. This very day, a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for arrival here, and not being able to buy out his life according to the statute of the town, dies ere the weary sun set in the west. There is your money that I had to keep.
Go, bear it to the centaur where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I return to thee. Within this hour it will be dinner time. Till that I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, or gaze upon the building, and then return and sleep within mine inn, for with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Oh, many a man would take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a mien.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. What, will you walk with me about the town and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to certain merchants of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon at 5 o'clock, please you. I'll meet with you upon the mart and afterward consort you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I, to the world, am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, who falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I, to find a mother, and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? Our chance thou art returned so soon.
Return so soon, rather approach too late. The capon burns, the pig falls from the spit. The clock has stricken 12 upon the bell. My mistress makes it 1 upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you broke your fast. But those of us who know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
Oh! 6pence that I had a Wednesday last to pay the saddler for my mistress Crooper. The saddler had it, sir. I kept it not.
I am not in a sportive humor now. Tell me, and dally not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you just as we sit at dinner. I for my mistress come in post. If I return again, I shall be post indeed, for she will scour your default upon my pate. Methinks your ma, like mine, should be your clock, and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Romeo, come. These jests are out of season. Reserve them till a merrier hour than this. Where's the gold? Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
To me, sir? You gave no gold to me,
Come
sir.
on, sir knave. Have done thy foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge?
My charge was to fetch you from the mart, home to your house, the Phoenix, where my mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am a Christian, answer me in what safe place you have bestowed my money, or I shall break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst of me?
I have some of your marks upon my pate, some of my mistress marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both. If I were to pay your worship those again, perchance you would not bear them patiently.
Thy mistress marks? Huh? What mistress, slave, hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix, she that stays and fasts till you come home to dinner and prays you will hie you home to dinner.
What wilt thou flout me thus unto my face being forbid? Hold, sir. Take thou that. And that.
God, what means this, sir? Pray you hold your hands, nay, and you will not, I will take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, this villain is overwrought of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, breaking mountebanks, many such like liberties of sin. If it be so, I shall be gone the sooner. All to the centaur to go seek this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband or the slave returned, that in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2 o'clock.
Perhaps some merchant hath invited him, and from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. Therefore, be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out a door.
Look, when I serve him thus, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, he is the bridle of thy will.
There's none but asses will be bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There is nothing situate under heaven's eye, but hath his bound in earth, in sea, and in sky. The beasts, the fish, the winged fowls are their male subjects, and at their controls, man, more divine, master of all these, lord of the wide world and wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls of more preeminence than fish and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords. Then let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude makes thee to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Oh, well, ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How will your husband start some other where?
Till he return, I would forbear.
Patience, unmoved, no marvel though she pause. Those can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with like weight of pain, we should ourselves as much or more complain. So, thou that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience would relieve me. But if thou live, see like right bereft, this urging helpless patience in thee would be left. Oh.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Oh, here comes the man! Now is your husband nigh?
Where is thy master, Dromio? Is he now at hand?
Nay, he's in 2 hands with me, that my 2 ears can witness.
But say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye, he told his mind upon my ear, beshrew his hand, I scarce could understand it.
Oh, spake he so doubtfully thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, but he struck so plainly. I could too well feel his blows. Withal so doubtfully I could scarce understand them.
Oh, but say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, sure, mistress, my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain?
I mean not cuckold mad, mistress, but sure he is stark mad. When I did desire him to come home, he asked me for 1,000 marks of gold. 'Tis supper time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. The beat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come? quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Where is the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The meat, quoth I, is burned. My gold, quoth he. Why, sir, my mistress, sir, quoth I. Out on thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Hail up thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Oh, my master. I know, quoth he. No house, no wife, no mistress. And thus, my errand being due unto my tongue, I thank him. I bear home upon my shoulders, for in conclusion he did beat me there.
Back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
Back again and be new beaten home? For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pain across.
And he will bless that cross with other beating. Between you, I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you, as you with me, that like a football you would spurn me thus? You will spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
Fie, how impatience loureth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace, while I at home starve for a merry look. Hath homely aids the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Or my discourse is dull, barren my wit? If voluble and dull discourse be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? Well, that's not my fault. He's master of my state. What ruins in me can be found by him, not ruin? Then he is the ground of my defeatures. My decay and fair, a sunny look from whom him would soon repair. But to unruly deer he breaks the pale and beats from home. For I am but as stale.
Oh, self-harming jealousy, fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage elsewhere, or else what lets it but he would be here. I know the jewel best enameled will lose its beauty, yet gold still bids that others touch, and often touching will wear gold. But no man that hath a name with falsehood or corruption doth it shame. Since then, my beauty cannot please his eye. I'll weep away what's left, and weeping die!
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the centaur, and the heedful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and my notes report, I could not speak with Dromio since first I left him at the mart. Whoo! See, here he comes! Oh, now, sir, is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jest with me again. You know no centaur. You receive no gold. Your mistress sent to have you home to dinner. My house is at the Phoenix. What thou man? That thou so madly thou didst answer me? What answer, sir? When spake I such a word? Even now! Even here! Not half an hour since? I did not see you since you sent me hence. Home to the centaur with the gold you... With the gold you gave me. Aye, the gold's receipt. And toldst me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope you felt I was displeased. I'm glad to see you in this merry vein. Oh, what makes this jest? I pray you, master. Tell me. Yeah! Dost thou jeer and flout me in the teeth? Thinkst thou I jest? Hold, sir! Take thou that! No! And that! Oh, sir! For God's sake! Now your jest is earnest. use you for my fool and chat with you, your sauciness will jest upon my love and make a common of my serious hours. When sun shines, this foolish gnat makes sport, but creep in crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
Sconce call you it. So you would leave battering, I'd rather have it ahead. And you use these blows long, I must get a sconce for my head and ensconce it too. Else I shall seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray you, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, and wherefore? Where they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why first, for flouting me, and wherefore? For urging it the second time to me.
Oh, was there ever any man thus beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well then, sir, I thank you.
You thank me, sir, for what?
Mary, for the something that you gave me for nothing.
I'll make your amends next to give you nothing for something. But tell me, sir, is it dinner time?
No, sir, I think the meat wants that I have.
What's that?
Basting.
Oh, then 'twill be dry.
Well, if it be dry, I pray you eat none of it.
For what reason?
Lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry pasty.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
I just have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, sir, my rule is plain as plain bald pay to Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
Oh, may he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, to pay a fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a beggar of hair, being as it is so plentiful and excrement?
It is a blessing he bestows on beasts. But what he hath scanted men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
As many a man hath more hair than wit.
Well, not a man of those, but he hath the wit to lose his hair.
Thou didst conclude hairy men plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer, the sooner lost. Yet he loseth it in a kind of jollity.
For what reason?
For two, and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray thee.
Sure ones then.
Nay, not sure, in a thing false.
Certain ones then.
Name them.
The one, to save the money that he spends in tiring. Ooh. The other, that at dinner, they should not drop in his porridge.
Thou wouldst in all this time have concluded there is no time for all things.
Mary, and did, sir, namely even no time for a man to recover hair lost by nature.
But thy reason was not substantial why there is no time to recover.
Thus I mended. Father Time himself is bald, and therefore to the world's end we'll have bald followers.
I knew it would be a bold conclusion. What's up? Who whops us yonder?
Aye, Antipholus. Look strange and frown. Some other mistress has thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged would bow, that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing to thine eye, that never touch well welcome to thy hand, that never meat sweet savour to thy taste, unless I looked or spake or touched or gone to thee.
How comes it now, O husband? Oh, how comes it now that thou art then estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it, being strange to me that undividable, incorporate, and better than thy dear self's better part. Do not tear thyself away from me, for know, my love, as easy mayest thou drop a water in the breaking gulf, and take again that drop unmingled without addition or diminishing, as take from me thyself and not me too. How dearly would it touch thee to the quick, without a here I were licentious, or that this body, consecrate to thee by ruffian lust, should be contaminate. Wilt thou not spit at me, and spurn me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and from my stained skin tear the harlot brow, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it in a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thy do it. I am possessed with an adulterate blot. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust, for if we two be one, and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted by thy contagion. So, and true with thy true bed, I live just stained, thou undishonored.
Listen to me, fair dame, I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, a stranger to your town as to your talk, whose every word by all my wit being scanned wants wit in all one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world is changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me? By thee. And in his blows he did buffet thee, and said that he denied my house for his and me, for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
I, sir, I never saw her till this time.
Villain! Thou liest! For even her very words didst thou deliver to me on the march.
I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration.
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting me to thwart me in my mode? In my wrong you are for me exempt, but wrong not that wrong with the more contempt. Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine, whose weakness married to thy stronger strength gives me thy strength to communicate. If aught possess you from me, it is drops, be it usurping ivy or bridal, idle moss, who all for want of pruning with intrusion infect thy sap and live on thy confusion.
To me she speaks. She moves me for her theme. What, was I married to her in a dream? Or sleep I now, and think I hear all this? Ow, ow, ow. What error drives our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
For my beads! No! I cross me for a sinner!
This is the fairyland. Spite of spites, we talk with goblins, owls, and sprats. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath, or pinch us black and blue.
Why pratest thou to thyself, and answer not? Dromio, thou snail, thou slug, thou sot.
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
Nay, both in mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
I am an 'Tis true, she rides me and I long for grass. 'Tis so, I am an ass, else I could never be, but I should know her as well as she know me.
Come, no longer will I put the finger in the eye and weep while man and master laugh my scorns to woe. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I will dine above with you today and shrive you of 1,000 idle things. Dromio, if any asks for your master, tell him he dines forth and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I on earth, heaven, or hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised, known unto these and to myself, disguised? I'll say as they say, and persever so, and in this mist did all adventures go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter lest I break your pate. Come.
Antipus, we died too late.
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. He met me on the mart, and that I beat him and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and that I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, thou, what didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know, that you did beat me in the mart. I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, I'd have your own handwriting to tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Marry, so it doth appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should kick, being kicked, and being at that pass, you would keep from my heels and beware an ass!
You're sad, Signor Balthazar. Pray God, our cheer would answer my good will and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and your welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, whether at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common, that every churl affords.
And welcome more common, for there's nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
Aye, to a beggarly host and a more sparing guest. But though my cates be mean, take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not with better heart. What's soft? My door is locked. Go, bid them let us in.
Maud, Bridget, Marion, Cecily, Jillian, Jen, Mom, Malters, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot Pat! Go, get thee from the door, or sit down at the hedge. What dost thou conjure for wenches, that thou calls for such store when one is too many? Go, get thee from the door. What patch is made our order? Our master stays in the street. Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on's feet.
Who talks within there, her? Open the door.
Right, I'll tell you when, and you tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today.
Not today, here. You must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that would keepest me from the house I owe?
The for this time, sir. And my name's Dromio.
What?
That's all in my office and my name. The one never got me credit, the other mickle blame. If thou hadst been Dromio today in my place, thou hadst changed thy place for a name, or thy name for an ass.
Oh my God! What a coin is there, Dromio? Who are those at the gate?
Well, let my master in.
Faith, though he comes too late, so tell your master.
Lord, I must laugh. How about you with a proverb? Shall I set in my staff?
How about you with another? That's when can you tell?
If thy name be called Loose, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear, minion? You'll let us in, I hope.
I thought to have asked you.
And you said no. Master, that was blow for blow.
Now, baggage, let me in.
Then you go for whose sake?
Master, knock the door hard.
You'll cry for this minion if I beat the door down.
Who is at the gate that makes all this noise? By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have let us in before.
Your wife, Sir Knave. Go, get thee from the door.
Master, if you'd gone in pain, this knave would go sore.
Here is nigh the cheer, sir. You're welcome. We would fain have either.
In debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
Master, they stay in the street. Bid them welcome hither.
There's something in the wind that we cannot get in.
So you would say, Master, wear your garments thin, but your cake herein is warm. Though you stand in the cold, oh, a man would go buck as mad as a buck to be so bought and sold.
Go! Fetch me something! I'll break open the gate!
Break in here, and I'll break your name's pay.
A man may break a word with you, sir, and a word is but wind. Best you break it in his face, lest he break it behind.
It seems thou wants breaking. Out upon thee, hind.
There's too much out upon thee. I pray let us in.
Aye, when fowls have no feathers and fish have no fins.
Well, I'll break in, go borrow me a crow!
A crow without a feather, master, mean you so? For a fish without a fin, that's a crow, or a fowl without a feather. And this crow help us in, Sarah. We'll pluck this crow together.
Go! Get you gone! Borrow me an iron crow!
Oh, have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Herein you war against your reputation and draw within the compass of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. Once this, your long experience of her wisdom, sober virtue, years, and modesty may well lead on her part some cause to you unknown. And doubt not, sir, but you will well excuse why at this time the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me, and let us to the Tiger all to dinner. And about evening, come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint. If by strong hand you offer to break in now in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment would be made of it. And that, supposed by the common route against your yet ungalled estimation, may with foul intrusion enter in and dwell upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, forever housed where it gets possession. Oh! Oh!
Thou hast prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and in despite of mirth, mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, and witty, wild, and yet too gentle. There will we dine. This woman, my wife, but I protest without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To her will we to dinner. Get you home and fetch the chain. By this I know 'tis made. Bring it, I pray you, to the Porpentine, for there's the house. This chain will I bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife upon my hostess there. Go! Get you gone! If mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense.
May it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love springs rot? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? If you did marry my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or, if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thine own shame's orator. Look sweet, speak fair, become disloyalty. Apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false. What need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own estate? 'Tis double wrong to truant with your bed and let her read it in your looks abhorred. Shame hath a bastard fame well managed. Ill deeds is double with an evil word. Alas, poor women, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though some may have the arm, show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not than our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Oh, teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthy gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words' deceit. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, well do I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, drain me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note. Lord of tears! Sing, siren! Sing, siren! For thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hair, and as a bed I'll take them, and their laugh, and in that glorious supposition think he gains my death, that hath such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sinks.
Are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth in your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by.
Gaze when you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Or thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself. Mine own self's better part. Mine eyes, clear eyes. My dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, my sweet hope's aim. My soul is heaven and my heaven's claim.
Oh! All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister, sweet, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Soft, sir. Hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
How now, Dromio? Where runn'st thou so fast? Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself? Thou art Dromio! Thou art Meme! Thou art thyself!
No, I am an ass. I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Besides myself, I am due to a woman. One that claims me. One that haunts me. One that will have me.
Like she to thee.
Marry, sir, such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lays claim to me.
What is she?
A very reverend body. I, sir, such a one as man may not speak of without he say, Sir Reverend. I have but lean luck in the match, yet she is a wondrous fat marriage.
What does thou mean, a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease. And I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and the tallow in them will burn a Poland winter. If she lived till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What's her name?
Loose. To conclude, this drudge or diviner laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, told me what privy marks I have about me, as the mark of my shoulder, the mole of my neck, the great wart of my left arm, that I, amazed, ran from her as from a witch. And I think
that if my breast had not been made of faith and my heart of steel, ow, that she'd have transformed me to a curtal dog and made me turn of the wheel.
Go, hie thee presently post to the road, and if the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any ship put forth, come to the mart. There will I walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack, and be gone.
As from a bear, a man would run for life. So fly I from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, oh, possessed of such a gentle, sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence, hath almost made me traitor to myself. Lest I find myself guilty of self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus!
Ah, that's my name!
Well, sir. Hello. He is the chain. Ah, I thought to obtain you at the Porpentine. The chain, unfinished, made me stay thus long.
Oh, what is your will, sir, that I shall do with this?
What please yourself, sir, I have made it for you.
Made it for me? I bespoke it not.
Not once, nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it and please your wife withal, and soon at supper time I'll visit you and then receive my money for the chain.
Oh, I pray you, sir, receive your money now, for fear you ne'er see chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
I know not what to think. But this I know. There is no man so vain as would refuse so fair an offer chain. I see a man here need not live by ships, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. All to the mart, and there for Dromio stay. If any ship put forth, then straight away.
Now, sir, Pentecost, the sum is due, and since I have not much importuned you, nor had I not, but that I am bound to Persia, and am in need of guilders for my voyage. Therefore, make present satisfaction, or I'll tempt you by this officer.
E'en just the sum that I devote to you is growing to me by Antipholus, and in the instant that I met with you, he had of me a chain. At 5 o'clock I shall receive the money for the same. Please, if you walk with me down to his house, I will discharge my bond, and thank you too.
Aha! That labor may you say, see where he comes.
Well, I go to the goldsmith's house, go thou and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow among my wife and her confederates for locking me out of doors by day. What's off? I see the goldsmith. Go, get you home. Get thou a rope and bring it home to me.
I buy 1,000 pounds a year. I buy a rope.
A man is well holp up that trusts to you. I promised your presence in the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. Belike you thought our love would last too long if chained together, and therefore came not.
To saving your merry humor, here's the note, how much your chain weighs to the utmost carat. The fineness of the gold and chargeful fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducat more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you, see him presently discharged, for he is bound to sea and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good senior, take the stranger to my house, and with you take the chain, and bid my wife disperse the sum upon receipt thereof. Perchance I will be there soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain to her yourself.
No. Bring it with you, lest I come not time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, sir, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, sir. Give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays with this gentleman, and I to blame have held him here too long.
Good Lord, you use this dalliance to excuse your breach of conduct at the Porpentine. I should have chid you first for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first began to brawl.
The hour steers on, I pray you, sir, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me? The chain!
Why, give it to my wife and fetch your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, sir. I know I gave the chain to you, and now either send the chain or send by me some token.
Fie, now you run the humor out of breath. Come, where's the chain? I pray you, let me see it.
My business can no longer brook this dalliance. Good sir, say whether you'll answer me or no. If not, I'll attach you by this officer.
I answer you? What should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave it you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wronged me, much to say, sir.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do and God you in the Duke's name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this sum for me, or I attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay you that I never had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is thy fee. Arrest him, officer. I would not spare my brother in this case if he should scorn me so apparently.
I do arrest you, sir. You hear the suit.
I do obey thee till I give thee bail. But, sirrah, you shall buy this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop will answer.
Sir, I shall have law in Ephesus. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
Master! There's a bark of Apodamnum that stays but till her owner comes aboard, and then she bears away. Our frontage, sir, I have conveyed aboard, and I have bought the oil, the balsamum, and aquavitae. The ship is in her trim. The merry wind blows fair from land. They stay for none at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself. Ting, ting, ting. Ting, ting, ting.
Now, a madman. Thou, peevish sheep, what ship of Epidamnum stays for me?
Shippy, you sent me to higher waftage.
Thou drunken slave, I sent thee for a rope, and told thee to what purpose and what end.
You sent me for a rope's end as soon. You sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark.
Ha! I will debate this matter at more leisure, and teach your ears to list me with more heed. To Adriana, villain, hie thee straight, give her this key, and tell her that in the desk that's covered o'er with Turkish tapestry is a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her that I am arrested in the street, and that shall be my bail. On, officer, hie thee hither, to prison till it comes.
To Adriana's? Well, that is where we dined. Where Dowsabel did claim me for her husband. Oh, she is too much, I hope, for me to compass. Oh, well, thither
I must, though against my will, for servants must their master's minds fulfill.
Ah, Luciana, did he tend to thee so? Mightst thou perceive austerely in his eye that he did plead in earnest, yea or nay? Look to or red, or pale, or sad, or merrily? What observation made thou in this case of his heart's meteor still being in his face?
First, he denied you had in him no right,
He meant he did me none the more my spite.
for he was a stranger here.
He did swear, though yet forsworn he were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
The love I begged for you, he begged of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words which in an honest suit might move. First, he praised my beauty, and then my speech.
Didn't speak him fair?
Patience, I beseech!
Oh! I cannot, nor I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is crooked, deformed, old and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere. Foolish, ungentle, blunt, unkind, stigmatical and making worse in mind.
Who then could be jealous of such a one? No evil lost is wailed when it is gone.
But I think him better than I say. And here and though where others' eyes were worse, far from the nest, the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse. Here go! The desk, the purse! Sweet, now make haste!
How hast thou lost thy breath? By running fast.
Is thy master, Romeo, is he well?
No! He's in Tartar limbo! It's worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him. One whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel. A fiend, a fairy, pitiless and rough. A wolf. Ow, ow, ow. Nay, worse. A fellow all in buff. Boo! A back friend. A shoulder clapper. A counterman. The passages of alleys, creeks, and narrow lands. A hound that runs canter and yet draws dry foot well. One who before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
Why, man, what is the matter?
I do not know the matter. He's rested on the case.
He is arrested? Tell me in whose suit?
I know not at whose suit he is arrested. Well, but, is in a suit of buff which rested him. That can I tell. Will you send him Mistress Redemption the money in the desk?
Sister, come, fetch it. This I wonder at, that he should be in debt unknown to me. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain. A chain! Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell! Oh, 'tis time that I were gone. It was 2 where I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back. That never did I hear.
Oh, yes, if any hour meet a sergeant, he turns back for very fear.
As if time were in debt. How fondly dost thou reason?
Time is a very bankrupt, and knows more than he's worth to season. Nay, he's a thief too. Have you not heard men say that time comes stealing on by night and day? And if he be in debt and theft and a sergeant in the way, hath he not reason to turn back an hour in the day?
Here's the money, Romeo. Bear it hence and fetch
my master home immediately.
Come, sister. I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit, my comfort and my injury.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me as if I were their well-acquainted friend, and everyone doth call me by my name. And too fully. Some salute me, some invite me, some tender money to me. Even now, a tailor called me into his shop to show me silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers inhabit here.
Oh, master, here's the gold you sent me for. Have you got the picture of old Adam knew a pair of?
What gold is that? What Adam dost thou mean?
Not that Adam that kept the paradise, but that Adam that keeps the prisons. He that goes in a calfskin that was killed for the prodigal. The man that came up behind you, sir, like an evil angel, and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No. Why, 'tis a plain case. He that went like a base vial in a case of leather. The man, sir, that when gentlemen are tired, gives them a sob and rests them. He that takes pity on decayed men and gives them suits of durance. The man, sir, that sets up his rest to do more exploits with his mace than a Morris pike.
Oh, there means an officer.
I, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer it, that breaks his band. Oh, the one that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, there, rest in your foolery. Are there any ships put forth tonight? May we be gone.
Why, sir, I brought you word an hour hence that the bark expedition put forth tonight, and then you were hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay. Here are the angels that you sent forth to deliver you.
The fellow is distracted, and so am I. And here we wander in illusion. Some blessed power deliver us from hence. Please, deliver us.
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see, sir, you have found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan, avoid! I charge thee, tempt me not!
Master, is that Mistress Satan? It is the devil! Nay, she's worse. She's the devil's dam. And here she comes in the habit of a light witch. Thereof comes that the wenches say, God damn me! That's as much to say, God, make me a light witch. It is written, they appear to men like angels of light. Light is an effective fire. Fire will burn. Here go. Light witches will burn. Come not near her!
You and your man are a marvelous marry, sir. Will you go with me? Will men
Master, if you do, expect spoon meat, or else bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Romeo?
Oh, Mary, he must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend! Why tell'st thou me of supping? Thou art as I Are you all a sorceress? I who I conjure thee to leave me and be
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond the chain, and I'll leave you and not trouble you.
Some devils ask, but for the parings of one's nails, a rush, a hair, a drop of blood, a pin, a nut, a cherry stone, but she, more covetous, would have a chain. And master, be wise. If you give it her, she will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring, or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch!
Come, Romeo, let us go! Fly, pride, says the peacock.
Mistress, that you know.
Now, out of doubt, Antipholus is mad, else he would never demean himself so. But the reason that I gather that he is mad, besides the present instance of his rage, is a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against him. Well, be like his wife, acquainted with his fits, I'll shut the doors against his way. My way is to hie home to his house and tell his wife that, being mad, he dashed into my house and took perforce my ring. This course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man. I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I have been arrested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today. You will not lightly trust the messenger that I should be so attached in Ephesus. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. But here comes my man. I think he brings the money. How now, sir? Have you that I sent you for?
Here's that. I warrant will pay them off.
But where's the money?
I did that roar the rope, sir. I kept it not.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope!
And I'll serve you 500 at that rate.
To what end did I bid thee hide thee hither?
To a rope's head, sir, and to that end of my return.
And to that end, sir, I welcome you. Good, so be patient.
It's for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Good, now hold thy tongue.
He will persuade him to hold his hand.
Thou whoreson, senseless villain.
Would I were senseless, then I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so is an ass.
I am an ass indeed. You may prove so by my long years. I have served him since the hour of my nativity and have nothing to show at his hands but blows. When I am cold, he heats me with beating. When I am cool, he warms me with beating. I am waked with it when I sit. I am raised with it when I sleep. When I sit. I'm driven out of door with it when I go from home and welcomed home with it when I return. Nay, I bear it on my shoulder like a beggar, want or brat, and I think when he hath lamed me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Go, get you gone. My wife is coming yonder.
May mistress, your speech ain't been that is respect your end, but to prophecy like the parrot. Beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
How say you now? Is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again, and I will please with you what you will demand.
Alas, how fiery and sharp he looks.
Mark how he trembles in ecstasy.
Give me your hand and let me feel your pulse.
There is my hand. Let it feel your ear.
I charge thee, Satan, house within this man to yield possession to my holy prayers and to thy state of darkness. Hide thee straight, I conjure thee, by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, doting wizard, peace. I'm not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not, my poor distressed soul.
Oh.
You, minion, you, are these your customers? Did this companion with a scoundrel face revel and feasted at my house today, whilst upon me the guilty doors were shut, and I denied to enter my own house?
Oh, husband, God doth know you dined at home where you would had remained until this time, free from these slanders and this open shame.
Dined at home, thou villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, we did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked up, and I shut out?
Heard thee, your doors were shut, and we weren't locked out.
And did not she herself revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself did revile you there.
And did not her kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Sir, she did. My kitchen vestal scorned you.
And did not I, in rage, depart from thence?
In verity, to that my bones may bear witness that since I felt the vigor of his rage.
Is it good to soothe him in these contraries?
It is no shame. The fellow finds his vein, and yielding to him humours well his frenzy.
Thou hast suborned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money by Dromio to redeem you, who came in haste for it.
Money, buy me heart and goodwill you might, but surely, sir, not a rag of money.
What didst thou not to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that she did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Mistress, both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale, deadly looks. They must be bound and laid up in some dark room.
Say, wherefore didst thou lock me out today? And why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
Surely, sir, we were locked forth, but I confess I was sent for no gold.
Dissembling villain, thou speak false in both.
Dissembling harlot!
Oh!
Oh, look, an emu in Laurelhurst Park. Ha! Art false in all, and art confederate with a damned pack to make a loathsome, abject scorn of me. But with these nails, I'll pluck out these false eyes that would behold in me this shameful sport.
My dear, let him not come near me.
More company, the fiend is strong within him. Ay me, how pale and wan he looks.
Thou, jailer, wilt thou murder me? I am thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer them to make a rescue?
Masters, let him go. He is my prisoner. You shall not have him.
Go bind this man, for he is frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bear me to his creditor forthwith, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master conjurer, see him safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day.
Oh, most unhappy strumpet.
Master, I am now entered into bond for you.
Out upon thee, villain. Wherefore dost thou mad me?
Well, they'll be bound for nothing. Why, be mad, cry out.
the devil!
God, how poor souls! How idly do they talk!
Go, bear him hence. Come, sister. Say now, at whose suit was he arrested at?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. You know him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows a Jew?
Due for a chain your husband had of him.
You did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not.
When as your husband, all enraged today, came into my house and took away my ring. The ring I see upon his finger there. Straight after did I see him with a chain.
That may be so, but I never did see it. Come, take me to where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large. Mercy, they're loose again. And come with naked swords. Come, let us get more help that we may have them bound again.
Away! They'll kill us!
I see these witches are afraid of swords.
That would be your wife, now ran from you.
Come, to the centaur. Let's get our stuff aboard. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. Surely they'll do us no harm. You saw, they speak us fair. Give us gold. Methinks they're such a gentle nation that, but for that mistress of mad flesh that claimed marriage of me, I could find it in my heart to stay here still and turn witch. I'm tired.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore away to fetch our stuff from thence.
I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, but I protest he had the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir. A credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none that lives here in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly. Yonder, as I think he was.
'Tis so. And that self-chain about his neck which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me. I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus! I wonder much that you would put me and him to this shame and trouble, and not without some scandal to yourself with circumstance and oath so to deny this chain, which now you wear so openly. Besides the charge, the shame, imprisonment, you have done wrong to this my honest friend, who of the sang in our controversy had hoisted sail and put to sea today. This chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think I had. I never did deny it.
That you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine did hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch. 'Tis pity thou livest to walk where honest men resort.
Thou art a villain to impugn me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently if thou darest stand.
I dare, and defy thee for a villain.
This guy sucks.
Oh, this is some priory. In, or we're spoiled!
People, wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
There, I'm sorry that I did draw on him.
Wherefore? How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, and much different from the man he was. But till this afternoon, his passions ne'er broke into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by rack of sea, buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection in unlawful love, a sin prevailing much in youthful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing? Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
None but the last, namely some love that oft drew him from home.
You should for that have reprehended him.
So I did,
Ah, but not rough enough.
as roughly as my modesty would let me.
Happily in private.
And in assemblies too.
Ah, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. At home, he slept not for my urging it. At board, he fed not for my urging it. Alone, it was the subject of my theme. In company, I often glanced at it, and still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
Thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railings, and thereof comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings. Unquiet meals make ill digestions, and thereof the raging fire of fever bred. And what's a fever but a fit of madness? Thou sayest his sports were hindered by thy brawls. Sweet recreation barred what doth ensue, but moody and dull melancholy, kinsman to grim and comfortless despair. And at her heel, a huge infectious troop of pale distemperatures and foes to life, in food, in sport, and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed with mad or man or beast. The consequence is then, thy jealous fits hath scared thy husband from the use of wits.
Ah! She never reprehended him but mildly, though he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answer not? She does betray me to my own reproof. Good people, enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters in my house.
Then let your servants bring him forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in saying it.
I will attend my husband, diet his sickness, be his nurse, for it is my office and shall have no attorney but myself. So therefore, let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers, to make of him a formal man again. It is the branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of my order. Therefore depart and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband here, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and be gone, thou shalt not have him.
Oh. Complain unto the Duke of this indignity. I will lie prostrate at his feet, and never rise until my tears and prayers have won his grace to come in person hither, and perforce take my husband from the abbess.
Methinks the child points at 5. Anon I'm sure the Duke himself comes this way to this melancholy vale, this place of death and sorry execution, behind the ditches of that abbey there.
Upon what cause?
A reverend Syracusian merchant, put here unluckily upon this bay against the laws and statutes of this town, beheaded publicly for his offense.
See where they come. We will behold his death. Kneel unto the Duke before he pass the abbey.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall live. So much we tender him.
Justice, most gracious Duke. Justice against the abbess.
She is a reverend and virtuous woman. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace,
Antipholus, my husband, who I made lord of me and all I had at your important letters, this ill day, a most outrageous fit took him, that desperately he hurried through the streets, doing displeasure to the citizens by rushing in their houses and bearing rings, jewels, anything his rage did like. Once I did get him bound and send him home, while to take order for the wrongs that here and there and on his fury had committed. I know not what, by what strong escape he broke from those that had the guard of him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each with ireful passion, with drawn swords, met us again, madly chased us. Till raising of more aid, we had them bound again. Then they fled into this abbey here, whither we pursued them. And here, the abbess shuts the gate on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor send him forth that we may bear him home for his recovery. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, let him be brought forth and borne home hence for health. Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh! Oh, mistress! The messenger now. Mistress! And save yourself, my master and his man are both broke loose, beaten the maids a row, and bound the doctor whose beard they have singed off with brains of fire. And ever as it blazed, they threw on him great pails of puddled mire to quench the hair. My master preaches patience to him, and the while his man with scissors next at him like a fool. And sure, unless you send some present help between them, they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool! Thy man and master are here, and this is false thou dost report to us.
Upon my life, I tell you true, I have not breathed since I did see it. Almost. He cries for you and vows, if he can take you, to scorch your face and disfigure you. Hark, I hear him, mistress, fly! Speak on!
Come, stand by me, fear nothing. Guard with halbert. Oh, here. I mean, it is my husband. Witness you that he's borne about invisible, for even now we housed him in the abbey there. And now he's there. Past thought of human reason.
Most gracious Duke! Oh, grant me justice, even for the service that long since I did thee when I bestrid thee in the wars and took deep scars to save thy life, even for the blood that then I lost for thee. Now grant me justice!
The fear of death doth make me dote. I see my son Antipholus and Romeo.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, she that hath dishonored and abused me even in the strength and height of injury beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, most gracious Duke, she shut the doors upon me, whilst she with harlots feasted at my house.
Oh, grievous fault! Say, woman, didst thou so? No, my lord. He, my sister, and myself today to dine together, and this is false he burdens me withal.
Ne'er may I look on day, nor sleep on night, but she tells your highness simple truth. Oh, perjured woman! They are both forsworn, and this the madman justly chargeth them.
My liege, I am advised what I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash provoked with raging ire, albeit my wrongs might make one wiser mad. This woman locked me forth this day from dinner, That goldsmith there, were he not packed with her, could witness it, for he was with me then, who parted with me to go fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together. Our dinner done, and he not coming thither, I went to seek him. In the street I met him, and in his company that gentleman there did this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I this day received of him the chain, which God he knows I saw not, for the which he did arrest me with an officer. I did obey and sent my peasant home for certain ducats. He with none returned. Then fairly I bespoke the officer to go in person with me to my house. By the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. Along with them, they brought one Pinch, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a mere anatomy, a mountebank, a threadbare juggler, a fortune-teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch, a living dead man! This pernicious slave, forsooth, took on him as a conjurer, and, gazing in my eyes, feeling my pulse, and with no faith, as 'twere outfacing me, cries out, I was possessed! Then, all together, they fell upon me, bound me, bore me thence, and in a dark and dankish vault at home, there left me and my man, both bound together. Till, gnawing with my teeth, my bonds in sunder, I gained my freedom. And immediately ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech for ample satisfaction for my deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, in truth, thus far I witnessed with him that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
Had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
Besides, I will be sworn these ears of mine did hear you confess you had the chain of him, after you then forswore it on the mud. And thereupon I drew my sword on you, and then you fled into that abbey here, from which I think you are here by a miracle.
I never came within these abbey walls. I never drew thy sword on you. I never saw the chain. So help me heaven, and this is false. You burden me with all.
Why, what an intricate impeach is this? I think you've all drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that same. Sirrah, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her at the Porpentine.
He did, and from my finger snatched that ring.
'Tis true, my liege, this ring I had of her.
Sawest thou him enter in the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange! Go, call the abbess hither. I think you're all mated or stark mad.
Ah, most gracious Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply, I see a friend will save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusian, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus?
this hour, his bondman, sir, but I thank him. He nodded to my cause, and now am I Dromio, and his man, unbound.
I'm sure you both of you remember me.
We do remember ourselves by you, sir, for very late were we in your case. You are not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Why look you strange on me? You know me well.
I never saw you in my life till now.
Oh, well, grief hath changed me since you saw me last, and careful hours with time's deformed hand hath written strange features on my face. But tell me, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Romeo nor thou?
No, sir, nor I.
No, I'm sure thou dost.
And I am sure I do not. And whatever a man state, you are now bound to believe him.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity! Hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue in 7 short years that here my only son knows not my feeble key of untuned cares? Though now this grained face of mine be hid in self-consuming winter's drizzled snow, and all the conduits of my blood froze up, yet hath my night of life some memory, my fading lamp some wasting glimmer left, my dull, deaf ears of little use to hear? All these old witnesses, I cannot err. Tell me thou art my son Antipholus!
I never saw my father in my life.
Oh, but 7 years since, in Syracuse! Boy, thou knowest sweet-hearted! Oh, but perhaps, my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery!
The Duke and all that know me in the city can witness with me, I ne'er saw Syracuse in my life.
20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracuse. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wronged.
I see 2 husbands, or my eyes deceive me.
Like one of these men is genius to the other. Of these which is the natural man and which the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, sir, am Dromio. Command him away.
I, sir, Dromio. I pray let me stay.
Aegean art thou not, or else his ghost?
My old master! Who has bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will loose his bonds and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegean, if thou beest the man that hadst a wife once called Amelia, that bore thee at a burden 2 fair sons. Oh, if thou beest the same Aegean, speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
Why, here begins this morning story right! These 2 Antipholus, these 2 so alike, and these 2 Dromios, both in one semblance, besides her urging of her wrath at seas. These are the parents of these children. All met together.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia. Well, if thou art she, tell me, where is the son that went with you on that fatal raft?
By men of Epidamium, he and I and the twin Dromio all were taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth by force took Dromio and my son from them. And me they left with those of Epidamium. What then became of them I cannot tell. I to this fortune that you see me in.
Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first?
Not I, sir. I came from Syracuse.
Stand apart. I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth, my liege, brought to this town by that most famous warrior, Duke Menefin, your most renowned uncle.
And which one of you two died with me today?
Oh, I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
I say nay to that.
Absolutely not! Yet she did call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. I shall have leisure to make good that which I said before. If this be not a dream I see and hear.
That is the chain, sir, which you had of me.
I think it be, sir. I deny it not.
And you, sir, for this chain arrested me?
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money by Romeo to redeem you, but I think he brought it not.
No, sir, no money by me, sir.
Well, this purse of ducats I received from Dromio, and he did bring it. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was there for him, and he for me, and thereupon these errors are arose.
These ducats pawn I for my father here.
He shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have that ring from you.
There 'tis, and much thanks for my good cheer.
Now, Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and hear at large discoursing all our fortunes, and all that are assembled in this place, that by this sympathizing one day's error have suffered wrong. Go keep us company, and we will make full satisfaction. 33 years have I but gone in travail of you, my sons, until this present hour my heavy burden ne'er deliver it. The Duke, my husband, and my children both, and you the calendars of their nativity. Go to a gossip's feast and go with me, after so long grief, such nativity.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
Master, shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
Romeo, what stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Your goods that lay at Hoser in the Centaur.
Ah, he speaks to me. Dromio, I am your master. We'll look to that anon. Go embrace your brother. Rejoice with him.
There is a fun friend at your master's house that kitchened me for you today at dinner. She shall now be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my class, and not my brother. I see by you I am a sweet-faced youth. Oh, shall we walk in and see their gossiping?
Oh, not I, sir. You are my elder.
Oh, that's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the senior. Till then, leave thou first.
Nay. We came into this world like brother and brother. Now let us go hand in hand, not one before another.
You say you know me, but I don't know me.